welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, we have multiple ways we can be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those who need instant gratification, and the show's Twitter feed is at SkimPod, SKIMPOD.
Stays Crunchy.
For the more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy again being spelled with a K.
Crunchy.
Hey, feel free to give us a call at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311.
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
We're available by Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, anywhere fine podcasts are available. And of course, at the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share wherever possible, including on YouTube, where we can now be found at Stays Crunchy. And over on Twitch, where we're still Stays Crunchy and Milk. Our personal Twitters are
Tatum216,
Lunchbox2099,
The Real ODP.
And I'm your host, the Internet's Tayrell713.
Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy.
Butterfly, searching for a relax, pulling from the jazz stacks cause it's Sunday. On the air is incense, sounds to the ceiling, trying to get this feeling since Monday. Looking out the window, watching all the people go, bugging off the funny vibe cause now it seems they equal. Wonder what would Train say, wonder what my pop say, bugging off the calmness in the apple. Who me? I'll be cool in New York. I'm chilling in New York. The hood is on my block and the brothers at the court. The baseball has its own and the projects is calm. Dream times extended and highly recommended. But early birds like me's checking up on the scene. The early worms jog. Forget about your job. Just come dig the essence while the decadence is hidden. When people act like people, the theory is in pigeon. If you know the norm, it's like Hades transform. On Sunday's early hours, the city sprouts flowers. So get it with the rhythms while you're getting with the planets. Vibe off the jams, but don't take them for granted. Just chill. Hello and welcome to it. It Stays Crunchy Milk episode 426. And an upgrade is certainly required. I'm joined by my best friends. It's Tatum216.
Hide-a-ho.
It's Lunchbox2099.
hello.
Heedy.
And it's my own boy, the real ODP. Mississippi's own, the real ODP?
Yep, Mississippi. And I'm more bug bite than man at this point.
As you can tell, Gabe has a slight delay in his audio, and that's because Mississippi on some bullshit. But we'll blame them for it and they keep it moving.
I think it's more Mr. Sippy than anything.
Blame the poor state in the union.
Oh my God. Man, so we got, you know how it is. It's a remote joint, you know what I'm saying? A couple of news stories, got some stories to tell and so forth and so on. It'll be great. It's going to be gravy. It's going to be tight. It's going to be concise. And we're going to hit the ground running. Let's get it started. First up from the great state of Ohio, this is from NBC News. Minnie Von Burke is the byline on this one. Ohio girl, 16, fatally shot after her father thought she was an intruder, mother says. A 16-year-old girl was fatally shot by her father after he thought she was an intruder breaking into their home, according to a 911 call obtained by NBC News. The girl, Jane Harrison, died Wednesday at Columbus Hospital about an hour after she was shot in the garage of her parents' home on Piper Bend Drive. In the 8-minute 911 call, Harrison's mother told a dispatcher that her husband accidentally shot their daughter. The hysterical mother begged for an ambulance as a man in the background said repeatedly, "Breathe, baby." "My husband made a mistake and shot her because he thought there was an intruder," the mother said. "She was in our garage and my husband just didn't know what was going on. Oh my God." The mother said she thinks the teen was shot in the chest. Both of the parents could be heard asking what the girl was doing in the garage. Police arrived at the home about 6 minutes after the call was made. The Columbus Division of Police said in a tweet that charges have not been filed and the case was forwarded to the Franklin County Prosecutor's Office for review. The shooting came days after officials said a North Carolina police officer, what does that have to do with anything? That has nothing to do with anything. But I'll read it anyway. A North Carolina police officer shot.
It really doesn't.
A North Carolina police officer shot his 50-year-old son in the head. Okay, I thought he just shot a stranger, because cops just be shooting anybody. But he shot his own son in the head in what is believed to be an accident. According to District Attorney Ernie Lee, the teen suffered a life-threatening injury Monday afternoon and was taken to medical center. The boy was in critical condition as of Wednesday. What? Again, don't tell me. I want to know about the Columbus story. Quit telling me about this North Carolina story. That's just you patting out your words. But this is what happens when you like I said, every what did Ann say, man? Everything's a nail, and your gun's the hammer.
And when you have a problem, when you have a hammer, every problem's a nail.
Yeah, and it's like the first thing you do is
So that North Carolina thing is alive.
on life support, but yeah, it is currently alive. Yes. I'm just saying, you go in your garage, the first thing you do is lick a
There's a
shot.
chance he will raise up, take his shirt off, for like a head like a helicopter.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to go to the next story, and that is from the BBC News. Again, you remember they don't do bylines. And this story is Alexa tells 10-year-old girl to touch live plug with penny. I was sitting on the couch when this popped up, and I turned to my daughter and was like, "Oh, this is going on the show." So I immediately pulled the notes from this bad boy. Amazon has updated its Alexa voice assistant after it challenged a 10-year-old girl to touch a coin to the prongs of a half-inserted plug. The suggestion came after the girl asked Alexa for a challenge to do. Plug in a phone charger about halfway into the wall outlet, then touch a penny to the exposed prongs, the smart speaker said. Amazon said it fixed the error as soon as the company became aware of it. The girl's mother, Kristen Livedall, described the incident on Twitter. She said, "We were doing some physical challenges like laying down and rolling over, holding a shoe on your foot from a physical education teacher on YouTube earlier. Bad weather outside. She just wanted another one. That's when the Echo speaker suggested partaking in the challenge that it found on the web. The dangerous activity known as the Penny Challenge began circulating on TikTok and other social media websites about a year ago. Metals conduct electricity, and inserting them into a live electrical sockets can cause electrical shocks, fires, and other damage." Yes, it can. "I know you can lose fingers, hands, arms," Michael Cluster, station manager at Carlisle East Fire Station, told the Press newspaper in Yorkshire in 2020. "The outcome from this is that someone will get seriously hurt. Fire officials in the U.S. have spoken out against the so-called challenge." Ms. Livedall tweeted that she intervened, yelling, "No, Alexa, no." However, she said
Bad
her
dog,
daughter,
Alexa, bad dog.
However, she said her daughter was too smart to do something like that. Amazon told the BBC in a statement that it had updated Alexa to prevent the assistant recommending such activity in the future. "Customer trust is the center of everything we do, and Alexa is designed to provide accurate, relevant, and helpful information to customers," said Amazon in a statement. "As soon as we became aware of this error, we took swift action to fix it." It was just wild to me. So that's why I like to say, when I saw that story, I immediately threw it in the show, in the folder for stories I do on the show. But like I say, I wasn't going to do too much news. I'm trying to just run a tight ship tonight, so it's all to the good. But for once, I got a story to tell. I know it's rare. I don't really do a lot of storytelling on the show much anymore. I just kind of like throw in my little bits and pieces here. Kind of a function of the host. It's kind of nice. But last Monday, I coughed. You're saying, what the hell, who cares? I normally cough. Some medicine I take causes me to have a dry cough, a regular dry cough. It's just a part of who I am as a person. But this cough was definitely in my chest and felt like I was coughing up something. And with that, I was like, we supposed to be going to your mama's house Saturday for Christmas, and your grandparents gonna be there. I should get tested just in case. Because that's what the cough felt like. The cough felt sick cough, you know? So I went the next day, literally the next day. Tuesday, I had an 11:30 appointment to go get a PCR COVID test. And I went and did it. But everybody and mama is getting COVID tests right now because this country is on fire with Omicron. Meaning, instead of getting my results the next day like I normally would, I didn't get results until 4 or 5 days later, which was Christmas morning. So I wake up Christmas morning, I roll over, I grab my phone, I see I have a message from CVS, and I click on it, and I click into it, and it says you are positive for COVID-19. Me, who is double vaxxed and boosted, so triple shot of that Pfizer is running through my veins, got COVID. And so we just had to, basically lock it down and not do anything or go anywhere. And like I said, as the days went along and I still wasn't getting results, I was pretty much like, I don't know, man, I'm sick, and we probably shouldn't be going to your mom's house anyway. And then Christmas Eve, Vanessa said, I can't taste or smell anything. And I'm like, well, I know that's a sign of COVID. We got COVID. I'd already accepted it. But then, like I said, Saturday, it was just proof of it. And it sucks, but the vaccine does what the vaccine's supposed to do, and that is keep me from being hospitalized. So my kids and I, basically it's just a basic cold. My partner, who is immunocompromised, but is also twice vaccinated and boosted, hers is, she on that Moderna, she on that Dolly. is suffering a little bit more. It's still a cold for her that's ongoing. Where right now I have a bit of a stuffy nose, but that's about it. For her, it is still a bit of a cough, and again, no taste or smell popping right now, that's just the worst part of it. I can't even imagine. And I'm grateful that I didn't get that particular symptom. But their doctor had them come and take a test yesterday, and indeed the PCR test, of course, says yes, positive for COVID, because PCR tests did go back further and go out further than the rapid test. Which is kind of the both the issue and the good thing about rapid tests. Rapid tests will tell you, hey, your viral load is high and you are contagious. So if a rapid test tells you it's positive, it is telling you straight up to your face, you are contagious right now, sit your ass down. So that's the good thing about rapid testing. The bad thing about rapid testing is it doesn't reach back far enough and doesn't reach forward enough, so you can kind of figure out when you got sick. So, but like I said, in this country we don't even have a lot of rapid tests available because, as it turns out, the company that was making rapid tests decided, at some point they fuck it, stop making them, bad boys, and anything we've made, let's throw them in the trash.
Oh.
Because they thought we'd gotten past it. And it's like, you motherfuckers. And of course, in America, they charge us 3 times what they charge for the same test, the exact same test in Europe. So it's also upsetting in that regard. So it's just, as always, I keep saying it keeps happening. Capitalism is trying to burn this country to the goddamn ground. And I wish we could be able to do something about it. But, like I said, here I am. I'm on the mend. I feel fine. Technically, I have done my 10 days. So technically, I am good to go. Like I said, my partner still has symptoms, so I'm not great to go. I'm not really going to be out on these streets. But technically, like I said, I am, I am good to I am good to go. And so yeah, man, I got COVID. Guess what? I mean, I'm not saying it sucks because it didn't. It was like a cold. If you wonder what it's like for a man who was vaxxed and boosted, standard cold. Like I said, I a bit of a runny nose. Woke up one day with a bit of a sore throat, but like a half hour later, after I myself to death, it was the sore throat even went away. So basically, that's just a little bit of drainage. So, and that's why people are told to get vaxxed, so you don't end up hospitalized and basically putting your family in the poorhouse because you got like $50,000, $100,000 worth of debt from a hospital stay. But yeah, man, it sucked. But then at the same time, I didn't feel worried. I didn't feel whatever. The only thing I was worried about was Vanessa, because Vanessa's, like I said, immunocompromised. And like I said, because it has been pretty okay on her, with the exception of this taste and smell thing is awful. Don't ever get it twisted. I don't know if you, sometimes you get a cold and it'll be a little snotty. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, oh, I can't taste good and so forth. But it's like it'll be back. Whereas this has been days on end. So did you not look at the phone and see that he had? So yeah. There you go. Your boy had COVID. And because the great state of Ohio does no contact tracing or anything like that there, could not tell you where I got it from. Cannot point to anything and say it's from right there. If I really wanted to say where I got it from, but it can't possibly be where I got it from, because by the time I was sick, who knows? I don't know how fast COVID hits. But if I was going to blame anything, it'd be the theater I went to go see Spider-Man at, because none of them motherfuckers was wearing masks. But of course, I don't believe I could have gotten sick 2 days beforehand. I don't think that's how COVID transfers. So really, it's not that theater's fault. But if I'm gonna blame somebody, I'm looking at them motherfuckers kind of crooked.
So people weren't wearing masks in the theater you went to?
Correct, bruh. So we knew the deal. We was like, this is a very relatively packed theater, and they ain't doing it no more where they give you some space in the seat. Mm-hmm. So I wore an N95 mask, and then a mask over a cloth mask over on top of that. So I was double masked up in that theater because I knew what the deal was. But yeah, the vast majority of people in that theater did not have a mask on, and I was like, "What are we doing in this state where we just was like, fuck it." It's like, I get it. you know, I don't get it because it's like, I don't know, just wear a mask just cause. Feel me? But
one thing I was listening to NPR one morning because usually I listen to NPR on the way to take my oldest son to school. And this morning I just, I sat and listened to it. And they were talking about, and I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of this shit, but like they were saying how the rights of the governor about doing things about COVID have been pretty much stripped away.
yeah.
And like he was just like they're asking him like, what you gonna do now? And he like, I can't do anything. Y'all motherfuckers made sure I couldn't do anything this time.
Yeah.
So
They voted left and right to snatch away any and all his emergency powers, and he truly can't not do anything. I guess without going to them first, and they ain't gonna do nothing about this. It just, you know what I'm saying. So we're stuck in the great state of Ohio because the not so great state of Ohio because when our governor took swift action at the beginning of the pandemic to keep people safe. They was like, hell no! How dare you take swift action to try to take care of the people of the state you govern? I want all your juice. I'm taking all these powers back, and they voted to do just that. But he signed it. He didn't have to sign that shit. He could veto.
Yeah,
that
but
shit,
I remember when during the recall elections when Gore was talking to the Senate about it, and they keep on calling him like Mr. President, Mr. President, and he's like, I guess it's like two-handed. It's like if you believe in the way government works, you sign it.
Yeah.
If you believe in the way government works, you do sign it. Like he would be a hypocrite not to.
Yeah.
Like I totally understand. It's like y'all voted on this. As being a good governor, I'm going to follow through with this. Y'all want to be fucked up? That is up to y'all now. Because, man, that he was getting death threats and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it worth it? That's just a fucking. It's just. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a fucking job. And for him to like be miserable the whole time, like, truth be told, he gonna still be getting paid. And all the medicine and shit, when shit go down, he gonna get it anyway. He got Oreos and milk sitting with his feet up right now.
I mean, you're right. I can't argue the point.
Well, I don't know. It's also, on the other hand, he could sign this shit just saying like, okay, I wash my hands of this shit. And no, I can't do anything that will make them mad at me. That's kind of a bullshit move.
I mean, honestly, at the end of the day,
I get it. Like he's saying this is. Oh, no, go ahead.
I mean, he's damned if you do, he damned if you don't. Like we talked about many a times on this podcast, we are the most southern northern state there is, and just because like we're in the city and we like, yeah, we want to be protected and we want things to get better. A majority of the state don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
A majority of the state is like. Doesn't get to see. I mean, they only got one hospital, not one hospital straight. We got 3 or 4, and all of them are fucking filled. Like, I have family members who work at the Cleveland Clinic, and it is off the meat macaroni in there. It is just, man, like the nurses station is a room right now.
Oh shit!
That same governor who literally, like I said, they took most of his powers. The one power they can't take from him is because it's a federal mandate. Is he can call the National Guard, and guess what he did? He called the National Guard to go to most of the hospitals in this state and be there to help protect the staff and to help out as best they can in these situations. So it's bugged out.
Speaking of not wearing masks, yeah, I'm in the country.
Go ahead and tell us about that. We'll shut up for a little bit and let you cook.
I get some looks from wearing masks. Like, what are you doing, man? But there's also in the big city areas, people are wearing masks, so I'm not alone. But I feel very alone when like no one is wearing a mask around me. Like I went into this business today and no one was masked up in there, and I went in there with a mask, and they're like, "Oh, what's this guy about?" I'm like, "I'm about not getting COVID, but you know, you do you, I suppose."
I went through 4 states last week, and the only place that I was at that anyone wore a mask was Chicago. Everywhere else, no one cares.
Huh.
What's crazy is like, okay, so I live in the area called Richmond Heights. That area, honestly, it's not too much I do in that area besides like live there. But so we went out to dinner, and because my partner's birthday was not so long ago, and you celebrated. We went to a place that was in Willoughby, Ohio. Nobody wore masks. But when I was in like a more affluent area, when I was in Orange today, everybody was wearing masks. So when I was in Hudson, because remember when we were in the car coming back from Chicago or going to Chicago, I talked about getting some Roman candles.
Yeah.
I got some Roman candles today.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm talking about was basically, I did the same trip that we did together a couple weeks ago, except I didn't stop. We stopped in Chicago for food, but then we kept going north.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we went up to Green Bay, and I mean, at this point here, everyone knows, like, I don't fuck with the mask anymore. Like, I don't care. Well, I mean, like, I'm not ragging on anyone who does, but, like, I personally don't give a shit. And, like, most of the places I go and the people I'm with, most of them don't. Like, you guys on the show are the only ones that I associate with that actually still give a shit about the mask. So, like, I'm not, like, and I'm not, like, ragging on anyone. I'm not trying to fight anyone about it. Like, if people want to wear a mask, wear the mask. Like, that's your decision. Like, I'm not going to stop anybody. But, yeah, like, we were up in Green Bay, and I didn't see, like, a single mask anywhere up in there the entire 3 days I was there. And the only time we had to have it on in Chicago was when we walked into the restaurant, and as soon as we sat down, we could take it off. Just like when we were there. Same thing. Like, we went to a different Pequod's. I don't even think they were enforcing it. Like, the waiter had it on. He definitely had a cold or something. He was definitely sick. But
Oh shit.
yeah, I could tell. Like, he was like sniffling and shit underneath his mask. Like, he sounded like he had like a hoarse throat and shit. Like, but he was the only one working, so like you could have gotten away with murdering that day, other than him and the cook. So it didn't matter. And then we went to on the way back, we stopped at Al's Beef or something, and you had to wear a mask to walk in and order it. But as soon as you sat down and were eating, you didn't have to have it on, just like everywhere else. So. I mean, obviously you can't eat with a mask on, but like when you were sitting at your table, you didn't have to wear it, is what I mean. But other than that, man, yeah, everywhere else, no mask mandate, no one cared. It wasn't even like approached. Like they recommended that you wear one at Lambeau, but they didn't enforce like a mask mandate of any kind. Like, I don't even think I had it in my pocket. Actually, no, I did carry it in my pocket in case I needed it somewhere. But yeah, I definitely did not need it at Lambeau. As far as having to wear it, like, forcefully.
Was there still Lambeau leaps? I didn't watch the game.
I don't remember anyone leaping. They probably did, but if anyone left, I would have been too angry to look.
Well, we didn't win?
No, we
Lost by 2 points.
Yep. Baker Mayfield had the ball with 2 minutes left and 3 timeouts, and threw his 4th interception of the day.
Oh.
Ugh.
His shoulder been jacked this whole time. He shouldn't be playing.
I mean, a couple of the interceptions in that game weren't his fault. Like,
Yeah.
That last one wasn't really his fault either. I'm just being over dramatic of it right now. But it is what it is. Like, the people of Lambeau were very nice. The place was very basic because it's old as hell, but they keep it in good shape. The weather was good for a Christmas Day game up there. Like, it was 35 degrees around kickoff. So, nice experience.
Good. I figured that'd be your story of the week. So,
Yeah, I mean, I can't really add much more to that because, like, I left on Friday morning. We drove to Chicago, same as like we did.
yeah.
Stopped at Pequod's, just not the same Pequod's. I didn't know apparently there's more than one. Ate pizza. Then we got in Green Bay. I stayed at the Airbnb while my buddies went to a strip club and a casino. Then the next morning we got up. My buddy made breakfast. We all got dressed. Walked over to the stadium. His niece was there tailgating with her husband, and so like me and my one buddy hung out with we as a group hung out with them for a while, but then me and my other buddy left the other two guys behind to go to the stadium. Because I don't really give a shit about tailgates, and I did not want to stand around a stranger's car for 3 hours. So we went over to the stadium to walk around a little bit and see some more of it before kickoff. So like I was in my seats like 90 minutes before kickoff. I like how like the older stadiums do the stadium style seating with like a giant bench like bleacher seating.
Yeah.
Because it's easier on a big man.
Yeah, for sure. I like it, man. I like you got to knock Lambeau off a list of stadiums you visited as well.
Yeah. Then we walked back to the Airbnb. I had a bit of a tummy ache, or I'm sorry, gastrointestinal situation that evening. We got up Sunday.
Where did it come from, you think?
My guess is the breakfast food, because I'm not the only one who got upset tum. My buddy Emad did too, and then the next day my buddy Jack also wasn't feeling well. So I think like because the breakfast food that he cooked was purchased at a gas station. Kind of like, you know how like Sheetz will sell milk and eggs and stuff, similar situation. And so I'm wondering if like maybe something there wasn't quite kosher. But so we drove back, stopped in Chicago to get Al's beef, like I had said. Then when we were on the freeway trying to leave Chicago, we witnessed a high-speed chase as they drove past us.
Oh.
Which was very scary. And then it was, the normal 5.5 hours back home on the turnpike with the occasional gas station stop. Got home Sunday evening. Been back on work ever since.
Fuck with it.
This week went by really fast.
Not going to the strip club, though. You missed the opportunity to see a woman dancing in nothing but a cheese head.
Yeah, this, I guess I should have touched on that a little bit more. I don't, like, growing up and going on trips and shit with people, I always kind of, like, told myself that, like, I have to do what everyone else is doing on the trip. And as I've gotten older, like, I've accepted the fact that, like, I have the ability to be like, I'm not fucking doing that. And so, like, I did that when we were in Kansas City. The first night we were there, they wanted to go to a Browns Backers bar, and I was like, have fun. I'm at the Airbnb, I'm relaxing. Like, that was my thought, my idea of a relaxation for my trip. Like, sitting in the back of someone else's car for 8.5 hours and, like, finally getting to sit around in the house, stretch out, like, I just want to stay there. I didn't want to go blow money at a casino where I don't really gamble and go watch strippers that I don't really want to tip. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just stay here and I'll relax. Like, the TV was a smart TV, so we had access to Netflix and shit. Like, I watched the new Michael Che stand-up, and then I watched American Reunion. I had a good time. I may or may not have been under the influence of a substance while I was doing it. It was all gravy.
Fuck with it. That's what vacation's for, man.
That sounds chill.
Fun.
Yeah, I've got that old man fuck it gene now. Like, I just go, like, I'm not doing that, or I don't want to do that, or I'm only going to do that for this amount of time. Like, unless, like, it's someone else's event and they really, like, want me there or something, but, like tailgating, I was like, I'm not going to stay here for 3 hours. I'll give you 45 minutes. That's all I got. Or, yeah, I'm not going to the casino. And people are just going to have to be okay with that, and if they're not, that's on them.
I mean, it's freeing, isn't it?
Yeah, because I feel like I'm actually doing what I want to do rather than doing what other people want me to do. Or, I guess that's not necessarily the right thought. I'm doing what I want to do, not what other people think I want to do.
Right.
It's what we should be doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like you when we travel together, usually we're pretty good about scheduling things and saying these are the things we're going to do. We don't really usually do a lot of freestyling, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that has always been helpful to our cause. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're going to do this, we're going to do this, and everything else is kind of up for grabs. But we try to guide our experience a little more. So we say we're going to go to the zoo while we're in Toronto, but okay, we're going to go to the zoo and we're going to go see the Lion King. We're going to go do those things, and we do those things.
Yeah.
And it's like the rest of it is just like vibing. We're going to eat poutine. It's going to be great. So I get it. Your buddies are a little more fast and loose with it. So, seemingly. I don't want to make judgments. And so
I was actually a little surprised that they went to the strip club, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I thought they would joke about it, because it was definitely joked about in the car.
yeah.
But, like, I figured they would definitely go to the casino, because, like, to some degree, some of them are kind of degenerate. But, as far as gambling is concerned, I mean.
Yeah.
But, like, actually going to the strip club, I was very surprised when they came back and told me they actually did that.
Does any of your friends have the sickness for the thickness?
And were the ladies wearing cheese heads like I imagine?
I can't answer Anthony's question because I'm not entirely sure.
He said any of your friends have the sickness for the thickness.
No. I heard what he said. I'm saying I don't know the answer because I'm not sure of the answer to that. And then what Gabe said, they did not mention any cheesehead wearing. The place apparently was political themed. I guess it was called like the Oral Office or something like that.
Oh,
That is not what I want from my strip club. I mean, unless they give it head out, I guess maybe. I mean,
I'm sorry, it was the Oval Office. I said it should have been called the Oral Office.
Oh, okay.
That's my bad. I fucked that up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't want a political themed gentleman's club.
Well, I was in fucking Green Bay.
You open the club?
Maybe they're still jonesing over Monica Lewinsky up there or something. I don't know.
I'll give it up to Monica Lewinsky. She has aged like a fine wine.
It's a purple
I want
state.
to point that out to you, May.
I have to say, man, like Wisconsin, from what I saw, like the area I was in and the parts that we drove through, nice place. Like everything was like kept clean. Like there were a couple like abandoned, like rundown farmhouses you could see from the freeway, but like the towns and like the neighborhoods and stuff, all very nice. Like I don't have anything bad to say about Wisconsin. Cheese curds at Lambeau Stadium taste exactly like the cheese curds we get here at Sheetz gas station. So do with that information what you will.
that's kind of dope that our cheese curds are just as good that we can get for $3.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Was there anything else that you ate that you enjoyed that there besides I mean you had Pequods here, so
yeah, the
not here.
Pequods when we went, yeah, but we actually got almost exactly the same pizza, except this time we also got sausage on it. It was good. They burnt the crust a little bit on the, like, you know how like when and you were talking about how it was like kind of like a hybrid of Chicago and Detroit because they had like the cheese burnt on the sides, like on the crust.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of like overdid it this time where like they kind of burnt that cheese so it was black. Other than that, the rest of the pizza was fantastic, just like last time.
That's dope.
My guess was it was because it was like a short staff because we were there on Christmas Eve.
Oh.
There was probably one cook in the back and one dude running the dining room. That was it. That's all that was there.
I think I definitely depending on the size of our backyard, but the next house we get, I definitely think I'm gonna build a pizza oven. Might as well, especially if it's like a place that we probably gonna be for a while, or technically supposed to be our forever home. I think I definitely want to build a pizza oven,
like one of the brick oven ones.
Yeah.
Brick oven style pizza.
Yeah, I like it. I don't think I would like burn it as much, or I mean, I know it's a couple places like that. They put chickens in them and stuff like that. So I think it would get some good use. I like a nice crispy bottom with with a a chewy bite to it.
I think like that place I used to go for wings downtown, that was over on like East 14th or something like that. They use that clay pot method. I think they put them in an oven like that. That place apparently was sold and rebranded to something else, so it's no longer Moe's Tavern, and they don't have those wings anymore. But when
Damn.
they did exist and they cooked them, I think that's how they did it. Like they put them in the clay pot inside like the brick oven.
Oh, rest in peace to those wings.
All right.
Oh, they're resting in peace before the place shut down.
We leapt over Anthony, with me telling the story and Box telling the story, but saying it's still the name of the situation that is. First up, as always, is Tatum. And man, what's been going on in your world?
Man, this is kind of a podcast situation and a Christmas situation.
Okay.
So I don't know what the brain is a mysterious muscle. I'll tell you that. I was sitting on the couch the other day, like literally, this happened like 2 days ago, and I started singing "Giving Up the Nappy Dugout" by Ice Cube.
A classic.
And so the one part comes on, he's like burning like heat miser, and I'm like, oh my god! It popped in my head just that part because I finally know who Heat Miser is.
From he's Mr. Heat Miser.
Yeah, you're
He's
without a
Mr.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
So that came out in 1992, right? If I'm not mistaken.
That song?
Yes.
Yeah, it's got to be around that time.
So I never watched Year Without a Santa Claus until I used to listen to this show called Tell 'em Steve Dave, this podcast. And they were going over, like, they had a whole episode about Rankin and Bass shows. It was either Tell 'em Steve, either way, it was like under the Smodcast umbrella. And I'm like, okay, I've never watched that before.
91.
Oh shit. Well, there we go. That's good enough. Walt Flanagan was talking about like how describe it, and I'm like, I've never seen it before, so I bought it off Amazon or went to Walmart or something and bought it. And fast forward to the year 2021, and my kids are all into watching Christmas shit, and I'm like, y'all gotta check out Year Without a Santa Claus. And then my younger son was like, fuck that bullshit, I don't want to watch that. But I'm like, just trust me, wait till they get to these parts. And we get to the Heat Miser / Freeze Miser songs. Yeah. And they lose their shit. Like, why you ain't tell me this shit was so cool? God damn, I love the Heat Miser. Oh, I like the Freeze Miser better. And then like we just kept on watching that part like over and over and over again. And like YouTube is a magical thing. So like while we'll be waiting in the car for my son to get out of school, me and my younger son to be listening to the Heat Miser / Freeze Miser songs. And they fucking loved it. So of course it's the Heat Miser and the Freeze Miser are in the front of my mind because I have been watching it so much. But I haven't listened to Giving Up the Nappy Dugout. I mean, maybe I've listened to it once or twice in the last few years. I mean, it's on my phone or whatever, but I haven't listened to it. And I was just like, your brain never fucking sleeps because I haven't listened to that song in years. And then that part popped up in my head. It's like, oh, this is why you should know these two things together now because you didn't realize it when you were 10 years old.
True. I did know who Burning Like Heat Miser was when I first heard the song. It was not a shock to me, but that's because I love all those Rankin and Bass of Christmas specials from when I was younger. So
I loved them too, but like the Rankin and Bass that that played on TV for me was Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah.
Rudolph. Rudolph.
Yeah.
Maybe Lester the long-eared donkey. Maybe.
I feel like I feel like that's one of the ones that like if you saw that, it was like definitely on channel 43. You know,
It was on 55.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that definitely would have been a 55 joint.
Heat Miser and them, that shit was always on cable. It was always on like ABC Family when they would do their like 1 month of Christmas thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was later on though.
Yeah, we talking about
Family.
Yeah, back. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but like I don't remember ever seeing it on regular ass TV. That's what I'm saying. Like I only ever saw it on cable.
Yeah, all the Rankin and Bass joints used to come on CBS when I was little, so I used to see them on channel.
Like I remember getting Rudolph, Frosty, Charlie Brown. And that's almost like it.
Yeah, it was just the basic one. You always got Snoopy. You always got Rudolph. They might have played the first Frosty. If you lucky, you'll get Frosty Returns.
And it was always like it was on the same station every year. Like Frosty was always on NBC, Charlie Brown was on ABC, Rudolph was on CBS. I don't know which one Fox had. Like they maybe had something else that I'm like drawing a blank on. But it was
they had all of the other reindeer.
But like each channel had who they fucked with, and every year if you wanted to see that special, you had to go to their channel to get it.
Yes. Yeah, Charlie Brown was always on Channel 5. But like I said, I didn't see that Rankin and Bass special until I was an adult. Like, it might have came on, but it was just like maybe I skipped it because it wasn't one of the ones I was used to. Like I remember like the claymation look of Santa, and I mean, do you guys remember what it was about?
What, the Year Without Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Whew, all right, let's see.
I can just tell you off the bat, it was about Santa being fucking depressed because kids didn't love him no more.
Yeah,
and that shit was sad as shit. Until like the other stuff that make it fucking funny. But man, just like the whole thing about like, man, if you don't believe in Santa, you don't believe in Jesus too, because all them things are kind of religious, lightweight. So. And Mrs. Claus had to do it just like any good black woman had to pull it all together again.
She had to go hit up Heat Miser and Snow Miser and be like, "Hey, y'all gotta chill. I'm gonna talk to your mama, Mother Nature, right?"
Yep.
Yeah.
I think she just threatened to tell Mother Nature about it, but like she was on like, "Oh man, I gotta go talk to these two knuckleheads about letting it snow just once in this part of town."
Yeah, Mrs. Claus to go over their head and visit their mother, Mother Nature, and she convinces her sons to compromise. So, yeah, she had to go holler.
Yeah, because they stepbrothers. They're not even real brothers.
They don't got the same daddy. So yeah, that is like I said, a fun one. But I like that how you managed to like bring your two worlds together. You know what I'm saying? Your love of music, hip hop and shit, and your love of you're hanging out and doing fun stuff with your kids. Bam. You know what I'm saying? you come together and you hook it up.
Yeah, it was quite amazing.
Speaking of Ant's kids, they've got this way of like making you feel like loved and important. Because when Anthony stopped over here to drop off my Christmas present, he had his kids with him. And it was like, I felt like they were genuinely like so excited to see me. And like when I came over to the car to say hello, they were smiling and they were friendly. Like I felt wanted.
It was funny. Like, of course, I'm not going to say my kids have known T longer and stuff. They've known Dan and T the same amount of time. I've known T longer. But like, it's funny that they don't like, they've been over T's house and stuff. I would say more. And T's been over my house a few times, and they were like, first of all, I told Anthony what I gave T for Christmas, and he was just like, "Is that for Dan?" I'm like, "No, it's not for Dan. Stop saying that, because we're gonna go to Dan's house first, and if you tell Dan that don't make no sense." He's like, "Well, what you get Dan though?" And I'm like, "Well, I got Dan this," and then he was like, T, I liked so I got T this giant Optimus Prime bobble. Not even I don't even know if it bobbles or not, but it's a giant Funko Pop of Optimus Prime.
It's next to my fireplace.
Yeah. Anthony Jr. loves Optimus Prime, and
Man of excellent taste.
but Anthony is partial to Dan because Anthony knows that Dan gave Emery the Bulbasaur the Bulbasaur plus. So he like Dan must be cool if I stay on Dan's good side. Then I might because he's all about his angle. So it was pretty hilarious. Like
Yeah. Now that you mention it, didn't Emery call me T?
He might have, but I think 'cause, Emery isn't really he's 4. Anthony is more with it than Emery was just like, I got some McDonald's, I'm back here chilling. Anthony had an agenda.
Anthony was giving off smooth player vibes. Like I felt like he was like working an angle for sure. Now that you mention it, because he was smiling, he was keeping steady eye contact.
Yeah,
man. That kid's going to be a player.
Yeah, it was pretty funny to see. Anthony was looking forward to the trip. He was just like, yeah, we got to check because he was like concerned about when I talked to him on the phone while we were in Chicago. He was like, how's Dan doing? Because the first time, Dan was driving and people were being pretty shitty and stuff on the road. And I told Anthony about it. He's like, for real? Man, that's fucked up. You can't be treating my boy Dan like that. I'm like, I'll talk to him. He'll be all right. And so I talked to him again, and he was like, how's Dan doing? I'm like, Dan doing all right. He was like, make sure you tell my son what's up. I was like, okay. So, yeah, he had asked about you a few times. And, of course, he thought you deserved every present, and T deserved nothing.
Man, he really is working an angle. This boy got my back.
He does.
I might have
It dawned on me that I could turn around and grab Dan's present from behind me right now if I were so inclined. Because I got COVID, so I couldn't go take it to him yet.
Man, I'm gonna have to hook Anthony up with something. I feel obligated now.
Don't feel obligated. I feel like I might give him something to say it's from you just to keep him in your good graces.
There you go. All right, Gabe, get in here. Comment on this stuff.
What would he like?
He likes this like the same shit we like. He likes Transformers. He likes he's really into Scooby Doo, like really into Scooby Doo. So much that it makes me angry.
Man, if only he was around back when I was winning all those Scooby Doo plushes out of the vending machine.
I think about that all the time. I think about that like if he was just a little bit older. Or he might have been, he was born already, and he wasn't into it yet.
Yeah, it would have been too early for him to form an opinion.
No, I feel like he's been, because kids start forming an opinion right around 1.5 or something like that. But I tried to show him Scooby-Doo, and he didn't like it, and he didn't want to know about it. But then right around like 3 or 4, he's like, man, this giant dog is pretty fucking cool.
But yeah, he's like, what, 6 now?
He's 7. He'll be 7. Yeah, he's 6. He'll be 7 in March.
Didn't they take our claw machines away like 7 years ago?
No, because
I mean, all we gotta do is go to Claw So Hard and see when the last time y'all posted on that bitch.
But it was still, but I would say we were still clawing like a year or 2 years after that. But we were just really into it then.
Because I think I sold my last plush when I worked in your guys' department, and that was like 6 years ago.
Well, I know you sold a bunch of those Scooby-Doo ones to Seth.
So last video posted on Claw So Hard was 8 years ago, and you said you like a year after that, so that's 7 years ago.
Right.
Y'all might have gave him on the claw game right before he came into this world, man.
Maybe. But
they had taken him out of Tower City. We lost access.
Yeah.
But yet again, when did you get your house, Dan?
It was 5 years ago last month.
So I'm thinking, if I'm not mistaken, if my brain is working correctly, that it was 5 years ago you started getting rid of more of those plushes. Because when you moved, you started moving some.
I mean, I had been selling them the whole time, because I was selling them when I was living at John's house. I was selling them when I was living at Coutant. Winchester is probably when I had the last bit of them. And that would have been over 5 years ago. So if your son was born, like he wouldn't even have been he may have been 1.
Yeah, but like I said, even then, me and him were old enough to have conversations about it, and he was just like, "Nah, I'm not into Scooby Doo right now." But yeah, it's funny. Christmas. I think they had a pretty good Christmas. I learned a few years ago, but I do have to keep on reminding myself that the things that you're excited about, don't get excited about it for them. Like we've talked about, I got a Nintendo Switch, and that was one of the Christmas presents. They didn't care about that shit really. And then we've been playing it a little bit. Man, kids cry. They begin mad about that shit, boy. Like if they not
Oh my
winning or they
God.
start losing, or Anthony wanted to be on my team, and then everyone. No, Emery don't never want to be on my team. He don't really care. But Anthony wanted to be on my team. If they lose, they wanna hit each other about it. It's stressful.
My third child, my youngest son, he loses his shit over video games. Oh my God. He smashed his own head against the back of the couch because he was having a fit.
Yeah, that sucks. Like, I always try to tell people, man, if you're gonna get mad, don't break your own shit about it. Just walk away.
He's gonna break his skull. I guess
breaking your head is part of your breaking your head is part of not breaking your own shit.
Nah. I have to weigh out which one I want on the break.
Well, so what do you usually say to them when they're when they get so upset? Because I do feel like you do give pretty sound advice to your kids. If they listen to it, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, I tell them to breathe it through. I'm like, if you're not having fun, you shouldn't be playing it.
Yeah.
All right. I say, all right, give me the tablet. Give me the tablet. That's enough.
Yeah. So are your kids doing homeschool during the day?
Yes, they are. We've given them a Christmas break, but they're doing homeschool for the most part.
Okay. Yeah, because we're gonna have to start doing schools are shut down. We just got the notice, and we're going to be with Anthony it's going to be easier. With Emery, who's in pre-K, that I don't really know how that's going to work out.
One's a little more shy than the other.
Yeah.
Your shit keeps saying insert funny name here. Recording issue has an issue with the browser. Blah 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 blah. So of course we know it will record, but man,
Yes.
you're gonna sound like ass, bro.
Oh man. I don't know what the fuck the problem is. I don't
Your internet is not giving you what you need, and therefore, it's all to the good. I'm actually gonna just send you on your merry way because, like I said, it's just not working tonight. So it's okay. We'll get you next time, and if you need to,
right,
record me a what you call it.
All right. If I get a chance to, my wife's been asking when she can get back on. She got a taste.
Boom.
She got a taste of the fame, and she can't get enough of it.
My mother, my brother played her the one of the more recent ones, and she's absolutely in love with it, and was asking about you guys' trip and so forth, and where you guys are at. So you got a couple of fans in my family, of course. My brother, of course, he loves you guys, but my mom saying that she fuck with it, I was like, that's dope. So well done, sir.
Quick story,
I was telling my friends about your sister. and how like she calls in sometimes and says things that embarrass the hell out of you, and how I find it very funny.
Word of mouth, it helps.
She hasn't done that in a while.
Oh, you just made that happen because I'm not going to cut this out. So that's happening. That's going to happen sooner than later. All right, quick story, and we'll all shut the fuck up so you can actually get it on the mic. Go.
Okay, so I guess since the one dog incident, my daughter's been looking for more animals to help out, and they got a few stray cats in this park. Stray cats a little different than dogs. I trust a cat to survive better than a dog, and they're more of survivors, more hunters, more in tune with their instincts. I think more independent. And she sees the stray cat, and she's like, "Oh, there's a stray cat." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna keep on going." She's like, "Oh, so you're gonna keep on going? Would you keep on going if it was a stray human that needed help and was hungry?" I'm like, "We literally do that all the time. They're called homeless people." I think that was a horrible lesson on my part, but
No,
Yeah, you're wrong.
it is the
if I'm
lesson.
being honest,
We don't pick up fucking people from the side of the road. We don't. Yeah, that is a lesson they will pick up on and learn, and hopefully not get that way. We avoid that to not get murdered. And I get it. It ain't very Jesus-y of us, but I'm sorry. It's what I was taught. Don't pick up strangers off the side of the damn road. It's all good, man. All right, get on off this mic, man. I'll holler at you later. But we rolling, people. I told you I'm gonna truck it along because like I said, it's one situation where we got business to handle. So that means I'm gonna walk this shit on over to Reddit, where I have personally pulled several Am I the Assholes. I'm gonna read them off, and Box is gonna choose which ones we do.
Goddamn right.
So here we go. Am I the asshole for avoiding my trans daughter?
Voiding?
Avoiding.
Avoiding. Okay.
Yeah. Am I the asshole for not saving dinner for my girlfriend and causing her to go to bed hungry? Am I the asshole for getting angry at my husband for deleting old recordings of myself? Am I the asshole for ending things with my boyfriend because of his friend? Am I the asshole for moving away with unborn child even though the father didn't want to help until recently? And then am I the asshole for wearing lingerie?
All right, I got to know about that one. Well, because like some of them seem pretty self-explanatory by the title. Like, am I the asshole for not saving dinner for my wife? Like,
Yes.
more than likely, regardless of the situation, probably yeah. So it's like, what am I supposed to get out of that? Like, even if you were fighting, or she was gonna be late, or whatever the case may be, like you probably should have saved her some food. So yeah, you're probably an asshole.
Yeah. That one kind of the vast majority of those, asshole for avoiding your daughter. Yeah. Asshole for not saving daughter for your kid, for your food for your partner. Yeah. Asshole for getting mad at your husband for deleting old recordings. No, you're not an asshole. He deleted your old recordings. He's the asshole. You're good. Asshole for ending things with boyfriend because of friend. Maybe. That one we can read.
Yeah, that one I like. We could do like that one. I'm on like curious about. Like that could go either way.
Yeah, for sure. So, am I the asshole for wearing lingerie? The title might sound confusing, but hear me out. I, 25 female, been with my boyfriend, 29 male, for about 4 years now. However, we've only moved in together 5 months ago. Our relationship is great, and we get on living with each other while both working full-time from home. My boyfriend is very passionate about video games. He tends to play for an hour or two after work as his chill time. Some time ago, I thought it would be fun to go down on him and tease him while he's playing gaming, just to spice things up a bit.
She's amazing.
He wasn't into it, and we then had a conversation about he would prefer to finish what he's doing and then be able to focus on me rather than having to stop in the middle of something, especially when he plays online with other people. I was a bit upset at first because I had that vision of him just pausing everything and ripping my clothes off, but I understand that's not how he felt. I decided not to initiate anything physical while he's gaming and just wait for another occasion. Fast forward to today. My boyfriend was playing a game online, and I decided to wear sexy lingerie and just walk in the room and chill there for a bit. I didn't touch him at all. Just sat on the sofa where he could see me look at him with a smile. At this point, I wasn't even expecting he would stop what he was doing, but I wanted to wait for him to finish gaming. As I sat there, he told me it made him uneasy and uncomfortable. The atmosphere got really weird, and I tried to explain that I didn't initiate anything because I know he doesn't like it, but I just want to be playful and wait for him to finish. He said he felt pressured by me to finish what he was doing, because if he was just playing for another 2 hours, I would have been upset that he didn't pay attention to me. The whole situation turned really weird. I'm not really sure if I overstepped his boundary, as I genuinely thought not touching him, etc., wouldn't be seen the same as trying to go down on him in the middle of his game. What? Let's try it again. As I generally thought not touching him, etc., wouldn't be seen the same as trying to. Okay, that's what they wrote. We are currently not really talking, as he's feeling weird about the situation. He mentioned it made him uneasy, feeling bad for not having a typical reaction for when your girlfriend walks in sexy underwear. Now I'm not sure if this whole thing has been blown out of proportion, or if I overstepped his boundary or if I just overstepped his boundary being an asshole. Well, I don't think this person is an asshole, because this just doesn't rise to the occasion of assholery. You feel me? But he's uncomfortable, and he's uncomfortable. He's uncomfortable being sexual while he's playing his games, and I get that. I hear that, and I guess attempting to something. Well, you it's like you try to give him head. He said no, and then you come through, Playboy model style, and it's less than giving him head, but it is still walking that same path. So I kind of he's still gonna be uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Some people are like, bro, you should want to just fuckity fuck. Sure thing. Some people, for them, that is the jam. It will be like, this is amazing. My girlfriend's super hot and sucking my dick and wearing all these sexy clothes while I play video games. That is probably somebody's dream. For this guy, it's not. Again, I don't think this woman rises to asshole in the least, but maybe uncool, because clearly he's uncomfortable. He was already uncomfortable one way, and so the next way wasn't really gonna help,
Yeah, I don't think necessarily she's an asshole. I think it is like you said, kind of though, like a good lesson in communication,
for sure,
and understanding, and the realization that like some of the things we were fed growing up is like the dream is not everybody's dream. Some people would rather, try and play Warzone than get their dick sucked, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but he also stated like he wanted to stop, because you do see porn where dudes are, getting head while playing video games.
Yeah.
But he said something I thought that was very nice. He was like, I would like to stop so I can also focus on you doing it while it's happening. He wanted to be in the moment. And I've been in situations before when somebody, does something like very nice, or, something, something that's sexy and sweet for you, and you're not in the right headspace for it, or it's not the right situation for it, and you feel bad that they did that, and you knew they were trying to do something nice for you, and you have an empathy overload, because it's like you wanted to enjoy that, but it wasn't the right time, and you feel bad because when somebody does that for you, how much they're putting themselves out there, and it just makes the situation feel so bad. And like I said, I've been in that situation before, and it was super bad. It was not good, because the person was trying to do something sexy for me, and I didn't realize it, and it made me seem ungrateful, But I wasn't ungrateful. I was just unaware of how much that person had put themselves out there.
Yeah, so it's like, everybody got to figure it out. This is the easiest communication. Now, of course, Reddit, of course, is going off. You're the asshole, and I'm like, bro, I just don't think this rises to that level. But of course, we're not Redditors of that degree and so forth.
Well, I mean, if we're looking at it from we have to pick an asshole.
Yeah, for sure.
She, in this case, would be the asshole, but I don't think this necessarily makes her an asshole.
Yeah. Let's see.
It does remind me of a meme I saw the other day, though, where there was a woman laying on a bed. She had tears in her eyes, and it said when you've been fighting and you think he's going to come back to talk it out, and you hear EA Sports, it's in the game.
Yo, let's see. There's let's get a couple of comments. You're the asshole. What you did was a distraction, and you knew it would be a distraction. He said he would prefer to finish what he's doing and then be able to focus on me rather than having to stop in the middle of something, especially when he plays online with other people. I don't see how he could have been clearer. And then somebody responds to that saying, yes, you have a good point. But her remedy to this was just to not initiate something physical. So she probably felt that wearing lingerie would not be a distraction and that he could still finish, but it is a distraction. The thing is, though, she can wear whatever she wants, which is why I'm leaning toward nah or not asshole. Like I said, you made an incredible point. Okay, so he just agreed with that dude.
I wish they would use slightly different terminology, when he concluded his activity. Because hearing finish over and over and over again, that's not the finish I'm thinking about.
What's so funny is you hear all the time how, when women wear lingerie, it's for them, or and I understand that, but lingerie, wearing something as a turn on is a turn on. It does bring you into a different state of being.
Well, like I said, my man's just like, it ain't for me. It ain't for me. So I just, I give him a walk because he knows, know thyself. You feel me? And he it ain't for me. This says not the asshole, just maybe not compatible people. I don't, like I said, I'm not even jumping that far. I'm just saying this needs to be a conversation.
Yeah, I think some people need to realize that just because you're in a relationship with someone doesn't mean that you're not still a person, and everyone reacts to things differently, and they feel comfortable in their own way, and just because they're in a relationship doesn't mean that they want to be everybody doesn't want to fuck like a jackrabbit all the time, and some people need to feel comfortable doing that shit. And that's clearly not the case for him. So that wouldn't make them incompatible. That would just mean that they need to explore that boundary and figure out what he's comfortable with and what he's not comfortable with. And clearly, what they've done so far, he is not comfortable with.
Exactly. And they said they've been together. I think she said 4 years. It's that's plenty. You can get some stuff dialed in. 4 years. They've been together 4 years, but only moved in together 5 months ago. So that's figuring out each other's whole situation. Where the toothbrushes go. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of that vibe.
Yeah.
But
I can't imagine there was a lot of Call of Duty blowjobs when you're only coming over to see each other a couple times a week.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he's just used to how he lives. And so that's all right.
COD BJ.
The other one, am I the asshole for ending things with my boyfriend because of his friend? I know. Oh my good Lord, these are children. These are literal children. I don't know if I want to read this, but I'm going to read it, and we'll go with that.
Man, kids are using Reddit for "Am I the asshole?"
I know the title seems weird, but please bear with me. To start off, I'm 15. My boyfriend at the time was 16, and all his friends were 16 to 17. And his friend that I ended things because of was 17 as well. I was one of only 2 girls in the GC. I don't know what GC means because again, I'm an adult. I used to have an old group chat. In the group chat. Thanks, Aunt. I used to have an old boyfriend. We met with one of his friends. When we met with one of his friends, added me to the group chat that he was in, including me. There were 7 people there. When I first joined, one of his friends had started to talk to me a bit more and tried to get to know me. I thought he was being polite, so I decided to befriend him. It was the moment we went on call that he started to act weirdly toward me. He would ask me uncomfortable questions each time I talked in the group chat and was constantly asking for my address. I lived further away than them, and they knew this. I stopped talking to him and started getting closer to my ex. Then we started dating. I was just getting over the death of my past partner. You didn't have a partner at whatever. Whatever. That's me being an old grumpy dad. And
I'm sitting here trying to think. I'm like, is this the plot of a movie?
And had recently lost most of my friends, so I asked him to be patient with me when it came to some things. He was fine with it and was super supportive. He would message his friends when I couldn't and tell them I wasn't in a good mood to call today. What the fuck is happening in this? This is weird. Maybe you know what? Children are weird.
Tap in, tap for me, tap out, man.
Yeah, I don't understand that, and I'm not meant to understand that. And no, you're not the asshole if knuckleheads are acting like knuckleheads. So there you go.
Did we just get ratioed?
What'd you say?
Did we just get ratioed?
No. And also, like it would appear I'm an asshole. Lock this one down.
I literally went on Twitter and I blocked the word ratio from tweets.
I never see ratio in Twitter. I know what ratio is, so I can share with y'all, be like, oh, this bad boy getting ratio, but I don't ever see ratio in the streets of Twitter.
I swear to God, man, everything I click on, when it's sports related and shit like that, all the replies, like, fucking ratio, oh, we get this ratio. Here's the ratio. Oh, you're a fucking idiot, but get this ratio. It's like, some people just reply back and they write ratio. And I'm just like, this is the most idiotic insult. Like, call his mom a cunt or something, or say that you fucked her, fucked his sister. Do something to insult his family. Go old school. Like, just saying this word ratio, like I'm supposed to be offended by it, it's just stupid. And it's so rampant that I actually went into the Twitter privacy settings and I wrote, don't ever show me tweets with the word ratio, and I set it to forever.
Yeah. That's wild. I'm not
feel free to cut out the one where I said the hard C.
I will if you need me to, but it's not a big deal in my opinion.
I don't really care, but I felt Anthony twinge.
Well, again, my whole point is, like I said, I'm not. I guess maybe I'm not in sports circles like that, and in the depths like that. I basically I follow a few, a couple of like ESPN reporters. I follow Mina Kimes, and I follow my man Gary Streisky and Scuba McKeza and Bomani Jones. So I follow a few people, but basically I'm just following sports reporters of color who are discussing not always just sports stuff, and if they do, it's like high level shit. I rarely.
And they all say the C word.
I used to follow Bomani, but then it'd always just be him arguing with people, and I was like, I'm good.
Man, we use Twitter a whole different way. All right, hey, there you go. Hey, so.
What do you mean? So I just said that I follow someone that you still follow, but I unfollowed them because I didn't like what they would tweet. Not that I thought their message was bad, but it was just like I was following them for a specific thing, and then it was like, let me have discourse with you about race theory, and I'm like, I was here for sports.
Can't call it, man. I don't. But maybe I just don't notice that.
I think it's the same reason why I unfollowed Jamel Hill on everything.
Well, there you go. That is why I follow Jamel Hill. Because I like that she talks about things like that. So that's all right. But yeah, I mean, I can't call it people. I really ain't been playing Steam video. You know what? I've been playing Halo. I've been working through Halo, trying to get finish the campaign. I
still haven't even started it.
I got Guardians of the Galaxy and a replacement copy of Ratchet & Clank on PlayStation 5 came in today. So I got those. Have not started either of them. So like I said, the only thing I've really been playing is Halo. Oh no, you know what? I started playing Firewatch because it's on Game Pass, and I enjoyed that game on PlayStation. I was like, let me see if I can 1,000 point it on Xbox because I'm a guy who plays video games for achievements. Still, that's me. You know, that's what I do.
Yeah,
You been playing?
I plan to play
multiplayer?
video games tomorrow, but I haven't played anything all week. And then I didn't play anything most of last week because I was gone for the weekend.
Yeah.
I played Call of Duty like one time last week. I've only played Call of Duty twice since the new map came out, and that new map came out at the beginning of the month. So I've
Yeah,
played.
we were in
Yeah.
Chicago when the map came out. I remember that.
Yeah. So I've only played it twice, and I played Halo once in like the last 3 weeks. I've been backed up on other things or busy with shit. Like I haven't been home or whatever. So like I haven't had a lot of like Halo time. Like a couple of times that I could have played it, I was either like not feeling well or I just wanted to do something else.
Yeah. So like in the single player campaign, you find these lockers, and basically those lockers give you multiplayer like costume upgrades or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Skins and shit. Not skins, but you know what I mean. And so I actually ended up jumping into they brought Fiesta back, so I jumped into Fiesta the other night just because it's been like I said, it's been a hot second. Plus I wanted to check out some of the stuff I've earned.
That was the one where you got to unlock the samurai pieces, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I jumped into Fiesta, and your boy was out there bodying fools. I was 17-9 with 7 assists. I was quite happy with those results. I was like, I was just like, okay, I had a damn good game. So it was on that one small. It was like that I don't know how to describe it. It's a smaller map that they have on there, and like that's a map that's good for popping fools on. So I had a very good time. Like I said, I only played that one multiplayer round. I was like, okay, I still got it, baby. So I just kept it moving. And did your Grand Theft Auto show up?
It did.
Have you been playing it?
I have.
How do you feel about it?
Okay, so if I was someone who didn't play these games before, I would be disappointed. I would say all these games suck, and all these games look bad, and all these games play bad. But I'm a person who played all these games before, and I like them. I kind of feel I haven't played. I guess the first one out of the pack, just like Grand Theft Auto 3. Because that's the game I like the least, so I haven't played it yet. I started playing Vice City first, man, and you just remember how terrible not necessarily terrible the functions are, but I mean, it was at that time it was dope. I've played other Grand Theft Auto games since then, like 3 or 4 of them. And like the cars suck, and it's very glitchy, but that's how it was back then. That's just how the game was. And I mean, there's nothing they can really do about that. Like when you hit your car 3 or 4 times, that bitch is gonna burn, no matter what. And you can't go into random buildings, and the cops catch you real easy. It's just this is how the game was, and it's I miss playing those games and hearing the songs on the radio, and the stupid glitchy stuff about it. It's fun, but I am looking forward to new Grand Theft Auto games.
Well, I mean, I feel like that particular trilogy is specifically made for people like you to go and reminisce and kind of see some decently upgraded graphics. You know what I'm saying? The controls kind of mapped more to supposed to be more Grand Theft Auto 5-esque. So that's for you. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've never played any of the OG ones. First Grand Theft Auto I played was Grand Theft Auto 4 on 360, and I didn't really play it. I watched you play it. You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't really get down
Nico
with it.
Bellic.
Yeah. So the first game I actually played was Grand Theft Auto 4, and I started on 360, but then I ended up playing it on Xbox One and beating it on there. So that was where I got down with Xbox on GTA 5. which is a damn good game. Like I said, I love that game, and in the end, everybody lived in my playthrough of that game. I didn't get nobody killed off. So
I also didn't kill anybody off. I just played I think the first time when I played on was that PlayStation 3?
yeah,
I did. I think I might have killed Trevor or something like that.
yeah.
This time I didn't kill anybody. Like I said, that game is excellent. But these games are just for nostalgic sake, and
It's about to get released again for the new systems with some updates, graphical updates, stuff like that. And it's like, bro, stop releasing Grand Theft Auto 5 and give us Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
But Grand Theft Auto Online does so well and sells so well that it's like they're almost like, well, what's the point of making a new, basically single player game when our online game is doing the goddamn thing? Like that game is the online of Grand Theft Auto is huge.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know Anthony Davis plays it a lot.
I can't call it, man. There's nothing about that shit that attracted to me. I never did enjoy the online. I tried it and it was like, no, thank you. I'm a single player campaign guy in that type of for that particular situation,
Yeah, it's like black licorice. I don't understand it, but they still make that shit.
So there you go, people. You're caught up on our lives and our video gameries and our so forth and the vagaries that is us. I'm sorry I had to boot Gabe off. It's just where he's located currently. It was just not being agreeable at all. So, but we'll get it out in. And plus, and that means that you'll end up with on the road with the real ODP, and those are very fun. And so you'll get one of those planted in the midst of this episode. And what's better than that? There, not much. I got to tell you. But you know what it is. Please rate, review, subscribe to the show wherever possible, and that now includes Spotify. Spotify now has ratings. You can go in there, and if you've listened to the show at all on there, I believe just 30 seconds of any show you've listened to. If you want to, go help out other shows that you might fuck with. Because I don't actually listen to a lot of shows on Spotify. I listen to shows in a podcast application that I have on my phone. But just like I said, shows I fuck with that I want to support, I go over to Spotify and give them a spin so they they have some Spotify listens. Now you can go over there and give them a Spotify rating. It's right underneath on the left side of the screen, like kind of like right. Let me see if I can pull that up, just so I can give you the exacting bit of where it's at. Don't want to be sending you on the weird way. So if I'm gonna click on right now, what's the T? If you scroll to the very top, because like I said, it has episodes, you'll see what's the T on your screen. And this is, of course, this is in the iOS. I don't know if it's the same way on Android, but I believe that these are laid out similar. You'll see what's the T. It'll say that I'm following the show, and then right beneath where it has the blurb about what the show is about, you'll see a number or just a star. And you click that star, and you can give it 5 stars. Because that's all we take. That's all we accept. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out there giving it other stars. And there you go. You just rated us on Spotify. And I don't know what it will do in the long run, but I'm all about getting ratings and reviews wherever possible. I ask you to do it every week. And I'm asking you to do it right now on Spotify if you are a Spotify user. That's all I'm saying. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our Chicago vlog is hopefully going to go up tomorrow. The audio got out of sync with the video, so we gotta fix that before I can post it. So you'll have our neat little Chicago road trip vlog to check out sooner than later. You can also follow our Twitch channel. My intention is to stream some of this analog pocket, give you some Game Boy action on the old Twitch channel here. Hopefully this weekend at some point. We'll knock that I actually can make that happen. If you want to support the show financially and have a few bucks to toss away, you can join us over on Patreon, where members of the $5 and above tier get extra content each month and early access to new shows. Shout out to the homegirl, April, who sent us, not only sent us a Christmas gift, you know what I'm saying, a lovely Christmas card that had a nice little gift card in it, but also got us some stuff off our Amazon wish list so we can do a We Tried with it. So probably the first We Tried that we'll do in 2022 will have some cool stuff that April sent us. So thanks for the support, April, as always, and for always looking out for us. You can also head over to tpublic.com/user/StageCrunchyMilk, all one word, and shouts out to my homie Neil Charles, who hit me up the other day and was like, I got to get on with a skim shirt. And I go, bro, I'll send you one, man. Just shoot me your address. Let me know. And he's like, nah, man, I want to support and I want to buy, man. So yeah, he went in and bought a shirt from us over on TeePublic. And I'm like, hey, man, thank you for that. The brand is out there. My man Neil is a comedian and an actor. So our show's logo can show up anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with it. He out there in LA doing the thing. So props to my man Neil. Neil Charles, you know what I'm saying? That's the homie. We have talked to you guys about Aunt and I's buddy Carl Tart, you know what I'm saying? That's the homie. And his show Grand Crew has its big premiere
January
Tuesday
4th?
2 days ago when by the time you listen to this, but it's coming out, but it's on there on NBC Grand Crew Tuesdays at 8:30, I believe is when it's out there. And I'm telling you right now, go fuck with it. Go show my man Carl and everybody else who's involved in that show. Lots of cool people, Nicole Byer, and lots of people that you know right on that show too. And so you were saying go show it some love.
The first 2 episodes are up on Hulu now.
Yeah, they did a preview early in December with the first 2 episodes, and they're both very, very, very funny. And so, like I said, I just wanted to throw some support my homeboy way. You know what I'm saying? Black actors, man. Black actors, y'all.
Man, I really enjoy the fact that like the 2 roommates, the guy that Carl is roommates with in the show, like they be slap boxing when they don't agree about shit.
Oh my god,
that is so funny to me.
As for us, you want to give us a call? 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. We'd certainly love to hear from you. That is Tatum 216.
Hidey ho.
It's Lunchbox 2099.
I showed up.
Damn right.
And I showed out.
Damn right. The real ODP, send them some love. It's all to the good. And I am the Entertainment 713. You've just been podcast 2, and I know you loved it. Peace.
At least the first 2 inches.
Hey, what happened to you? You used to be beautiful.